Welcome back, guys. On YouTube. This is Kane Highwind. We are on episode 3 of Azure Dreams, and as you might see, I managed to recover the save. Um, Everything is exactly as it was last time. Nothing got changed because I got lucky and was able to load a save state and pull my save. Well, save so that I had one to pull for this time. I thought we'd start off by running around and checking out some places real quick on this one in the town. So we didn't really do that on the first one. So here's Nico's house, the girl that beats me up in the morning to wake me up. And here's her dad. Apologize that I shouldn't apologize, but their system for naming people that have really long names, like when they want to call him Nico's dad, it's really weird on here. He's kind of nice to me since he's known me since I was a kid, but she just didn't realize you were here. And she clearly doesn't like the dusty look of it, and she says she doesn't care for it not having culture, but the only thing she ever heard culture about is from our father, because he used to travel and adventure, because he traveled here to actually visit the tower. I mean, a fountain would be cool in a desert city to like actually have, instead of just having a little oasis in the middle. So you want to go there, like, not necessarily. I mean, yes, I want to go, like, no matter what you say, you don't really get a positive reaction from her. Of course, I'd like to see it become a better place. And this is the other thing we'll be working on as we play through the game. Hey, Lonely, there you are. I was wondering if you were going to stop by the stream. I'm swapping up. I got the headset since I'm doing solo anyway, so we should have clean audio, at least for the mic. As long as you're hearing it, hopefully you are. Seeing as how last time we figured out that was when we weren't getting mic. But sweet. I liked it. I like it being clear as day. Although not as clear as this day, hopefully, because today was not very clear. I love this. I have to do it. She thinks I should be more cultured. You should be more feminine. You're the only one that doesn't see me as a woman. I didn't say I didn't see you as a woman. I'm saying you don't act feminine. Because you drop kick me to wake me up in the morning. And then this is Selfie. She does magic training, which, like, this is the first time that you get the idea that people can actually use magic without orbs, and you just can't. It's one of those games where they introduce magic, but you can never use it other than by assistance of an item that runs out. So I kind of like that, because it's like, hey, you're not capable of doing magic because you're not good at it. But other people can apparently. The closest thing that you have to that is you can get elemental wands. No. Get out of my way, Selfie. I get that you are talking smack about my family name. Because you all have this nice, big, huge house. Just so you guys know, I'll never be able to go back there. I don't know if they ever planned for it in the Japanese version, where you were able to have the sexual relationship with somebody that we'll talk about later. I mean, not sexual relationship, actually, but like, as in just romantic relationship, really, because they don't do sex in this, of course. But if you ever have taken a look, people kind of talk all right now about me at best. First time you talk to them, they're pretty negative, especially if you haven't been in the tower at all. What's this one? What's this? Right here. Is this the... Oh, yep, this is the old man with so many books. Look at this place. I like that he has aspirations to become a professor of archaeology. And if you ask him to tell you about the tower, he tries to grab you a book off the shelf. The only problem is you might notice the shelf is very big for a shelf to be. It doesn't hold up. So now he's gonna have to make us wait to check out that book to find out new stuff about our tower we're going into. Don't worry, we will get to the tower. This won't be an episode of nothing but town. Just... putting a name on everything that I owned. I mean... Oh, this is the carpenter. We won't worry too much about that because we ain't building anything right now. There's the bar. We'll get into that more later. We'll save that for another episode. Is this the restaurant? Yeah, we'll worry about this place when we have more money. We gotta get some money first. Yes, this is where I want to stop because our mother talked about it. No. I don't need. Anyways, we were told to go talk to Mr. Isaac by our mother because he needed our help. So he broke Guru's oil pot. And now 100 years after this windmill started being used, he broke the thing that's needed. Because Guru's oil apparently perpetually keeps windmills going. Apparently this was a pot that was found on the 15th floor, but there was a second one. So we're really not even ready, but he's going to talk to us about it. We're going to attempt to get it, but it's going to take a little while. Okay, let me say it should take a little while. If I get the luck that I did on episode 1 and 2, we'll be fine. Because we got a lot that trip. Yes, I'm a hunter and a monster tamer. Yes, so as he said, some monsters basically evolve. We'll talk about those a little bit in case I start getting some of them. This shop is going to be forever useless to us, but I'll show it anyway. Oh wait, this is the fortune house. I thought it was a different one. It's not technically useless. You can talk to her about what you want to ask about, but I'm going to say I'm not going to do it because they'll... Yeah, okay. To a lucky winner, you'll get something, give something to. Yeah, okay. She'll talk to you about, give you some vague tips on things like love and stuff like that, and I think she's kind of the tutorial person. If you don't sell everything when you're talking to your mom, or you want to buy certain things from the general store, this is where you go. We'll talk about that some more later, because that's another love interest of ours on this game. The weapon shop. This place is utterly useless unless you have really desperate and have lost all your equipment or something, because you can get copper swords, which, let's face it, they're way easy to get in the tower. But you can also sell stuff to him if you choose, instead of selling it to her, is the name of the girl in the general store. This shop's even more useless than the weapon shop, because the monster shop, I can say I'm a customer. The first option for him is to sell. Buy, he has nothing. Because apparently people purchase monsters every time he has anything. Which I could get. You would want a good monster to go into the tower with you. This is the clinic. There is a use for this. Even though you think, well, even if you die, what are you going to do? You can purchase herbs from him if you want. Other than that, he has some story stuff. You can talk to him, chat with him about certain things. This house you won't be able to get into for a while. This one is... Yeah, I started going to the tower. Well, rude. Why don't you think I could be like Guy? He was my dad. He would be fine. Like, I could be him. I could be like him. It's guaranteed. And then this guy actually keeps monsters that we'll see later in the tower. He says horses, but they're not. Yeah, probably the son of monsters is what calms them down. Kind of messed up. His son died in the tower, and like now he has to live with just his 2 horses that he can keep care of. Well, Gig Gaming, thank you for the follow. Wow, Perfect timing if you actually want to check things out, because I am about to head into the tower and get another run through. I just wanted to check one last place out for everybody so they can see it. And we're going to see if I get lucky with my RNG's blessings again this time. I got some good items the first time into the tower. Way better than I've ever gotten on Trip 1. I don't need you to tell me anything about the Monster Tower. That's the church where the old man comes from that talked to us when we first turned of age so that we could start the tower. And I have only 4 items on me because there is a limit of 5. And I really don't need all 5 right now. So... hopefully everything, runs just fine this time, because I was getting some weird slowdowns when I was trying to recover my save. But I think I got it figured out. So, I am not going to get my my monster out this time right away, because floor 1 should be extremely easy with my equipment. At least once I get up here, because as you can see, I'm only taking 1 from a noise. And noises are not that bad, but they're stronger than typical little Palumpas and things like that. Items. I got anti-chaos. Okay, so that's one way to save yourself from a chaos. Oh, I am not upset. Oh, come on. How is this really? This is one of those ways that you can actually wind up getting killed pretty easily if you're powerful. If you're thinking about trying out this game, yeah, you can see I'm just holding circle when I want to run, and everything is based on a whole, every move is a round type thing, so like it just moves rounds faster by doing it. Gives you the effect of running. You can't do it when monsters are like within a certain range, because that would give them super fast turns, and they don't want you to accidentally get yourself killed doing that. So level 2. Level 3, because trolls are good experience. I know, but this means I won't have low ground disadvantage. So, Loompas, really? Get out of here. This is why I don't want to bring out my monster. He's a higher level than these guys, and he's going to get almost no experience from taking them down. So there's not much point. You can technically stay on a floor until it will do a forced move up, which was done by... no, I'm not going to quit. It'll do a shaking, earthquake style. It'll collapse the floor, and you'll move on to the next floor. And the only reason you would really purposely wait for that to happen is if you're trying to like level up, because more monsters will spawn on the floor while you're there. Now that this is not my first time in the tower, floor 2 will actually always be the same now. It will be a big room like this. It'll always take control like I'm doing now. I'm not touching anything. Interesting, you guys didn't get to see the typical first person you see up here. We'll see him later, I guess, because it'll switch between her and him now that I've met her. And she'll always call me Puffy Lips. She always has these, like, backhanded... like compliment sandwich things where it's like, oh, you look so good, probably because it's dark. Overall, some people enjoy it a lot more when her brother shows up, which is Gosh, and we'll talk about him soon. I'm sure we'll run into him either when we go back down to the town or when we come back into the tower next time, one or the other. There's some ways I can force him to show up, but I don't want to go spending money and stuff right now. Wow, it's just sleeping through me hitting it. Well, there we go. Now I'm level 4, just like that. Wait, I saw a troll. Skip a turn. There we go. Ooh, that was a crit right there if you saw that weird little flash. That's how you can tell crits in this game. I'm getting almost strong enough to one-shot trolls at this rate. It won't be too much longer. I'm gonna skip the elevator because I do want to... Oh. There we go. That high ground advantage really helps you out against things like cyclones. Loompas are just a joke if you're not level 1. They're not exactly tough even if you're level 1, but make him move to me while we're leveling up the battlefield. This is only when he hits you with those spells, but with my health and a diamond shield, I'm not too bad off. We'll talk about some of these in just a moment. I'm getting some items that we haven't really seen me picking up. And I think we'll start checking out in just a moment. Here we go. Kill these and then I'll get ready to go towards the elevator so I can check it out for the next floor. Go down, Cyclone. And while it looks like it's just a press X, smack them over and over, see if you win thing, there is stuff, it's just that on your own, your dude's completely useless in anything but just a back and forth slap fight. Whatever he's got. I'm not even worried about trolls anymore. The only things that are really dangerous, unless I'm in a trap or something, gonna be like cyclones possibly sometimes. We'll see one that'll be called a U-boat soon. So if you hold triangle and circle, I'm actually skipping time right now. There we go. And I can wait for these things. The only reason you would not want to do this is if you are trying to actually make it decent ways in the tower and you have your monster out because you need them out, it's gonna suck their magic points up to be out for that long. But if it's just you, you can use this to help get your levels up some, so that you won't be lagging behind your monster when you get to higher floors. Because I know at this point, my monster's still going to depend on me even when he's strong, somewhat. So when we get to like floor 5, where we had to ditch out last time, we'll be good. Because I will be a higher level, and he will be leveling up because I'll be strong enough to keep him alive. There's level 6, while still on floor 3. That's good. And I think I'm gonna try to hurry it along and wait till it collapses the floor, just so you guys can see what it looks like. So this is your way to get some experience. And if you ever need to check, your experience is denoted in stars. It'll show as small as half a star for an increment. It has to fill that entire area across there. As you can see, I literally got 1 star out of the 8 experience a troll gives me. So it's not very much. There's the earthquake I was looking for. The first one just kind of like happens and it tells you. I don't think it even does anything yet. But in a moment, we'll see actual effects from it. Now let's take a look right after we're done with the fight. Yeah, so everything's normal right now, but I'll show you as soon as we get the next earthquake, which will start happening soon. So the earthquake is the warning. There we go. Another earthquake. Oh, not time yet. I thought that was going to be the one. We gotta wait for one more. Geez, I might hit level 7 before I leave floor 3. Oh, there we go. Wow, mine was the first one to go. Once it finally gets long enough after the 2 earthquakes, that happens. Start to fall right through as the floor collapses, and then it pushes you up to the next floor. Now, I'm going to talk about these. So, First things first. These loops, as they call them. They give you exact locations of all of the things that it says that's for on the floor. So if you have an elevator, and I think there is a possibility of having 2 elevators on a floor. I don't know if it's ever more than that, but I think I have seen stuff where people have talked about 2 elevators on one. This will show exactly where the elevators are, but only for the floor you're on. The treasure one is going to only show you all the items that are on the floor. The health speed is a temporary increase to speed. It never permanently works, but it can be helpful sometimes. Truth. And when it says identify items, even types of eggs, it means you actually will not just get the color of the egg. You will know what's inside of it. And when you identify items, you can tell if it's cursed, if it has a plus or minus negative multiply or modifier, even without putting it on, so you don't have to risk it. So like I could check this iron sword, or I could find out what the ice rock its charges are before using them. Limit is another. It's only for a little while. It increases your critical hits. Leva, as it says, familiar will not change form after the next fusion. Fusion is a thing in this game, and we will be exploring it at some point. But this makes so that you can purposely make sure your monster stays the one out of the 2 that are there that you want. So you won't accidentally, like, let's say you put a Palumpa and a Cyclone together. You want the Cyclone clearly. You don't want a Palumpa unless you're just having some fun messing around. This could keep you from losing the Cyclone on accident, turning it into that. And herb that restores chaos, it actually means like it cures you from chaos. It restores you from the state of chaos. And chaos is one where, if I remember right, anytime you press a direction, you don't know which way it's going to go. You can hold up and it'll walk all over the place. So, let's see, what do we have here on this floor? Oh, I see a Cyclone. There we go. So even Cyclones are only 3 damage, and it'll only take me 3 hits to kill them. As long as you get the first attack, you'll never really have to worry about the damage that things anywhere near your level are. For the first, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 floors, as long as you're on level for the same level as the floor, you'll usually be good to survive. Yep, there's Chaos. Just so you can see. I don't see a point in using the anti-chaos herb unless like there's a monster that's going to cause a problem, but it wore off on its own before he got here. The only way to raise attack and defense, just so you know, typically is to equip things and level up, but level ups don't stay for another copper shield. That's a good replacement shield for these, and now I have 2. Maybe I should try doing like, I believe the guy's name that I really enjoyed a Let's Play of. If you ever want to check out a text-ridden Let's Play of this game, I believe it's Prism Phoenix that was the one that did one where he called it a manliness challenge, where he would take an episode where he would take his monsters in that he wanted to feed certain things to, because you could up some of their stats permanently with certain things. He'd take them in, use those things, and then send his monsters back home, because there is a way to do that. And then go up the tower with nothing to start, and see how far he could go successfully. Which maybe we'll do that, because like I'm getting so many extra items, I'm like, maybe I need to try it out at least a couple times. He did not get caught by the trap. By the way, trap loops are the ones I would love to see come up for me, because they're amazing. You can see the traps before stepping on them, and that makes it easy to identify traps and disarm them, which gives you experience. I'm gonna head up. I don't think I need to spend too much time on this floor. Just so you know, if you ever want to quit in the middle of going up the tower, quit, of course, lets you save, but you gotta make sure you can't save and everything. And you can always pick it back up where you left off. Okay, there we go. Frog trap, that's not good. I ran right across the egg, which means I bet you That was another frog trap. Bet you I'm out of space. Nope, I just ran across it so fast it didn't make me do anything. Earth shield, an elemental shield. We'll talk about this stuff. This can be helpful. Really? Wind Genius shield. Huh? Oh, exit loop. The only use for the loops, if you don't make use of them on a floor, is just to sell them, and they're not great money. I don't know the cost, like what the price is for everything that you can sell. Of course, off of the top of my head, I'm not a pro at this game. I have played it quite a bit though. Wait, what? It says that I'm full, but I have a space. What? Did something happen to my... I'm supposed to have one more spot there, guys. I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna use it though, because now I can see, oh look, where the monsters are. And it will move with them. The only thing that happens sometimes that's kind of weird is sometimes they'll spawn fairly close to the room that you're in. And then you'll see them when they weren't anywhere near on the map when you checked a little bit before. Because when they spawn, they do show up, but unless you're looking right at the map, right around the time that they show up, you're not going to see them. So these are the Manivas. They're the ones that this live sword stops from multiplying, because usually when you hit them, there's a chance they'll split off a weak little clone. And that's not a huge deal, unless they gang up on you massively, because I've seen ones where you get 2 real ones, and like, they split every single hit you give them. You wind up with like 7 clones all around you. And while, yeah, they're weak, you can take them down very fast. They do 1 damage, I think, no matter what. I don't think it matters if you have defensive stuff or not. Stream Wand. Okay. We'll talk about this real quick, because now we finally have something else to check out. I need to figure out what's going on there. Maybe I got... Because it happens sometimes... Usually I hear about it more when people were like trying to cheat the game though, but I have heard of some stuff happening where glitches have happened and you get a blank spot for some reason. But I'm not used to that. Let me see. Oh. My Vital Sword just got rusted. It got a -1 to it. It's still a 4 attack, which means unless this iron sword is like a +2 or more, it's not going to be better. Oh, I was going to explain. Wands are good for a specific reason, and that reason is that... Oops, I didn't realize I was getting down there to do that. I'm going to get rid of this guy. So, wands help you out for the fact that mixture magic is stronger with them, especially if you have the right wand to help with mixture magic. Just in general, it lets your magic that you're... So, if I use a sword, my monster's magic probably would be stronger by using direct magic, as they call it. Because a sword isn't a great conductor for magic, is what I'm going to go with. I think their whole canon idea was supposed to be. A wand instead lets it, like, actually full-on add its damage to it. So a stream wand, I don't know how well that would work with, you know, the fact that Q has decent damage with a spell. Maybe the mixture magic would be fine. Maybe it wouldn't do a lot. I don't know yet. Because I haven't ever tested out a stream wand with a fire genus monster. Because I never saw a point, because usually I had strong swords early on, and then if I was using a wand, it was a special one that I'll talk about. If we don't see it soon, I'll just talk about it anyways, because it's an amazing item that if you get it, you should keep it. And always. Oh, good, a wind crystal. I was starting to worry that we were never going to pick up one of these. Let's do the exit loop, because that's not too important. And then we'll clear this guy out of the way, because a balloon can be a slightly terrifying foe sometimes. Or it can just be annoying because it leaves like that. Yeah, why not? Whatever. The other reason I'm going to keep this life sword, even if I get one that's like the same power as it was or something, is that Manivas are, it's nice to have these for, because like I said, we don't want them splitting. Okay, so now that I'm on floor 6, which is higher than my monster's ever gone before, in just a moment I'm going to pull him out so you start to earn experience where it's worth the experience. I didn't want to bring out where I get hit immediately though. Collar him. Using my red collar. So now he's just slightly behind me. He's set to mixture magic, which, I mean, I could actually set him, because I'm strong enough, I could set him to just do nothing and let him conserve magic points that way. There we go. Ooh, they're weak to fire. I forgot that balloons were weak to fire. It makes sense. Just didn't think about it. So I've already earned over 400 gold myself since coming into this tower just by picking up coins alone. So it seems that RNG still likes me right now. So maybe the save thing was just... So what happened was I tried to hurry up and turn, using the turn command setup. But sometimes you do that a little too soon, and the game is still waiting for something to happen, like death animation. Ooh, so this is a good thing to point out. When they're flashing like this, enemies are out of magic points. Now, that one, if you remember, I ran into a balloon on the last floor that went away, I believe. Unless that was this one, but... balloons have the ability to just kind of jump up a floor, but it takes a ton of magic points. No, where's my buddy? Oh good, he found me quickly. If your monster gets stranded away from you like that because of a warp trap, you guys are not going to have a fun time trying to make sure you're both good if you're in a tough area. And oh, Liam, is this the one I'm thinking of, right? Oh wait, no, never mind. I think those are worth an okay amount, so I'm actually gonna do something interesting here. I'm gonna give him that, and it says nothing happened, but unless I'm mistaken, he got a little bit of magic points back. Because eating anything that's familiar is allowed to eat will usually restore a little bit of magic points. Unless it's something that's made to restore, like pita fruits. You really want to go? And in a second, guys, just because I gotta do it, this is going a little bit long, because I'm gonna cut some stuff out from YouTube. I do need to, real quick. Alright, guys. YouTube, that's the end of episode 3. We'll be right back with episode 4. I'll upload it within a day or two. Peace.